mindset. Your mind is either working for you or against you. That's what it's doing. So whether you're listening to this episode because you struggle right now with overthinking or feeling unworthy, or maybe you have a really positive outlook, but you just want to level up. You want to play a bigger game. That's where I am right now. So today, you and I are going to get serious about making your mind work for you. Hey, it's your friend Mel, and welcome to a mind bending and really cool episode of the Mel Robbins podcast. Okay, I wanted to just start today.
Woo! Dreamers, good morning, good morning. Rise and shine. Had to start the day off with a little bit of Mel Robbins. If you guys don't know who that is, it is absolutely an amazing soul to go ahead and follow. Somebody who's truly tapped into the mind and a ton of wisdom. So let's go ahead and get into today. I hope everybody is feeling great coming into the week. We've got so many amazing things. We are officially into summer for separation, a great time to go ahead and take advantage. So as you can see, today's topic is another great one. We're going to be diving deep into the mature self and really just putting things into a different perspective, changing the way we see things so the way we see things can change. So I'm excited. I'm fired up. 11:11, paint your vision. Let's go ahead and get started. Let me get IG live. And as we go ahead and get things rolling, what is 1, 2, or 3 things that everybody's grateful for coming into this Wednesday? Happy hump day. Change the way we see things. Here we go. IG is live. So family, I'm grateful to be alive. I'm grateful for God. I'm so thankful to be able to be breathing, to be able to take advantage of today. I'm grateful for getting deep into the morning rituals as well. We are honestly, there's a couple pages left inside of the journal. We're on day 341, getting the feeling, getting the rituals down. So Dream Team, I'm so grateful to see everybody tapped in. There's new faces. There's so much momentum. There's so many great things happening right now in the midst of a time where many are fearful. So I'm grateful to go ahead and have this awareness, to have the knowledge, to have the inner circle that we have access to. Shane in the building. Let's go. Grateful for not the problem, grateful for the solution that we have access to. So I love it. Let's go ahead and get into it for today. So today's message, this is actually going to be coming from from VOO Church, right? This is actually a great message. Those of you that don't know who Rich Wilkerson is, he's actually traveled all around the globe. This is a man with a ton of wisdom as well, a soul that's truly here to go ahead and be a light. So I love to go ahead and study the top 1% inside of their field. So Rich has done a lot of amazing things, a lot of great work. You guys can go ahead and Google him. But I wanted to go ahead and share his message that he actually gave pretty recently on Sunday. So this is big. Just a couple key notes, takeaways to go ahead and put things into perspective about the mature self, right? I don't know if you guys have sat down and thought about maybe the growth that you've been able to have over the past couple weeks, over the past couple months, even though you might not see it externally right now. I guarantee you, drop a 2 down below if you felt like these situations, some of these trials, some of these tribulations have helped shape you and allow you to go ahead and see things in a new perspective, to maybe see your self-worth, to maybe see the power that you really have inside, to maybe see what it is that you're really capable of doing, right? It helped all of us grow. So I'm going to drop my 2s as well, right? Some of the situations absolutely helped me define who it is that I am, help sharpen the vision and get more peace and clarity as we go ahead and grow and get more awareness to realize that nothing's good, nothing's bad. It is what we make it, right? So this was a lesson that took a long time to learn, but it's absolutely true. So here we go. Today we're going to be talking about the mature self, right? So to go ahead and give yourself a pat on the back because you've gotten pretty far. You've done a great job. And what is that we've gone through and grown through is allowing us to who it is that we're going to become. So here's my first message I want to talk about, okay? Inside of this teaching that he gave on Sunday, he talked about this right here. The mature me has led me to mastering the mouth. Okay. We don't get into issues, he says, because we are surrounded by evil people. He says it's because we are saying the wrong things. And we talk about a lot, the power of the mind, the power of the words that we speak, right? Everything that we speak, most of the time, if you guys have paid attention, it actually reflects inside of our life. And so if we're speaking about lack, if we're speaking about how nothing's going right, a lot of the times it's going to go ahead and reflect into what's happening. So watch this. Here was a pretty cool lesson that he said. He said, the mature me understands this, that the average person speaks enough words in a week to fill up a book. The question is, what kind of book are we writing this week, right? What kind of words are we speaking? What kind of words are we thinking? Are we thinking before it even happens? Are we thinking about the withdrawals? Are we thinking about the ka-chings? Are we thinking about the relationships, about the magnetic attractions that we're having come into all angles of our life? Right? Speaking and thinking. These are two important keys when it comes down to really having manifestations come into reality. So that's number one, right? What is the mature me speaking every day? Are they speaking lack? Are they speaking abundance? Are we speaking about going out and creating life today? Are we speaking death every day? Just like the Bible says, life and death is in the power of the tongue. Okay. So what book are we going to go ahead and write this week with the words that we speak? And I'm telling you right now, when you pay attention to those that are bold, to those that truly go after what they believe in, they're not worried about anybody else's opinion. You're no longer afraid to be afraid to speak our truth, to speak our story on social media, because we understand that we have clear intentions, we have pure intentions, and we know where it is that we're going. But this comes with understanding the mature me knows the power of the mouth. Okay, so that's going to be tip number one. Here's tip number two. He talked about the mature me chooses right over easy. Woo! Number two, write this down. Number two is the right. Okay, the mature me chooses the right over the easy work. Now, I want you to think about in every aspect of our life. The easy thing would be to probably not go to the gym, would probably be to skip this call, would be to not go to that event, not call our mentor, not actually go all in for the summer games. That's the easy thing to do. But let me ask you, what is the right actions to go ahead and apply to implement for today? Showing up on a daily basis, staying in contact, plugging in to the group chats, right? Showing up and being consistent every day, even if it's one step. The small steps add up. I'm telling you right now, you might not notice it, but us looking from the outside in, I say it all the time, we can see the changes and transformation, right? So this is huge. The next piece, we have to be careful, right? That our gifts, here's what he says, that our gifts do not take us somewhere that our character cannot keep, okay? We have to be careful that our gifts don't take us somewhere that our character cannot keep. Now, what does that mean, okay? Anybody can get lucky and go ahead and put a standard lot on a trade and they go make $1,000. Anybody can get lucky and go put a product in their e-commerce store this week and have that product blow up. But here's the deal. If we never master the daily routines, the daily methods of operation, the IPAs, the income producing activities, then guess what? That success is going to be short-lived, right? So when it came to choosing right over easy, this is a quote that I never forgot, right? This is the first thing I thought about when I heard this. What's easy to do is also easy not to do. What's most important to you, right? Mastering the basics, absolutely, right? The little things, showing up daily, diving into these morning rituals. And here's the thing. There's a reason why we drop these morning rituals inside the chat every day. There's a reason why we post them on social media every day. Because believe it or not, yes, we're posting it to go ahead and document the journey. But at the same time, this is for us, right? This is for yourself when you look in the mirror to go ahead and grow 1% every day. And the only way that happens is by not trying to skip the deep work. It's not easy to go ahead and take away junk food, right, for a week straight, to go ahead and hit the gym for 5 days straight, to go ahead and show up for 5 days straight. It's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. But this is the difference between the right and the easy decisions, right? And I'm telling you, if you can really go all out and last for 90 days, watch the shift that happens, right? So for some of us, we've been on a run for 340 days, right? Some of you have been on your 30-day run, your 60-day, your 90 days. Some of you have just cracked your triple-digit days, and it started with one day making a decision. And you can go back and you can see over the times that you have made the right decisions. And there's not a coincidence why you're manifesting so many beautiful things inside of your life, because we chose right over easy. Okay. You're not always going to feel like doing it, but I promise you, when we do it, it's going to feel good after. You ever had that gym session where you didn't feel like going, and then you got yourself in there, you made it happen, you're walking out like, woo, I'm so glad I got that out the way. I feel great. I feel vibrating. I feel like I have a ton of energy to go out and conquer the day. Well, the same thing goes with all different areas of this business, right? Maybe taking a cold shower, maybe going out for that run, maybe reaching out to individuals you're scared to go out and get out to, making that video, right? Choosing right over easy is my second tip for today, right? And here's number 3 from Mr. Rich's training, right? Here's what we talked about. The third and final piece for today. The mature me is this actually might be one of my favorites. He says the mature me is self-aware, but not self-absorbed. And I had to kind of read that a couple of times. I didn't really understand what he meant by that. But as the paragraph went on, it made sense. Watch this. Ready? He says, what took place in my life doesn't need to be what controls the next phase of my life. Let me touch on that again, right? Let me touch on that one more time. What took place in my life doesn't need to be what controls the next phase of my life. So understand that if you feel like it's been raining, if you feel like there's a hailstorm, if you feel like there's a little bit of clouds over your head right now, this phase does not control the next phase of our life, right? Just like all of you, I've been getting tested like crazy. My face is broken out, right? I'm super. Look, I want you guys to remember this call, okay? Look how skinny I am right now. You remember this, right? Normally I can fill out my shirts. I lost a lot of weight over these past couple weeks because I went through life just like a lot of you. But here's the difference. No storm lasts forever. Nothing is either good, nothing is bad. It is what we make in any day, any time. We can make a decision to go ahead and create momentum, to go ahead and make a shift, to draw a line in the sand and say, you know what, enough is enough. I don't want to let life control me anymore. I don't want to let these external situations control my thinking, control my state of being, control my level of action, right? The second that we realize we can control everything inside of these 6 is our mind. That's how we perceive things. Once again, the title of this training, change the way we see things, the way we see things change. So everything that we see going wrong in our life, what happens if we change that I have to I get to? I have to go to the gym. No, we get to. I have to get on today's call. No, we get to. It's an opportunity. I have to go out and become the best version of myself. That is the biggest privilege that any of us could ever have access to. Right? So understand this is a part of the process, right? We all have ups, we all have downs, but I promise you this, we learn more from losing than we ever do from winning. This is a change in perspective, right? I've learned so much from these times in my life where I've had to grow through things, where I've had to build that connection with my creator. I can't tell you how many times I've really had to be able to sit down these past couple weeks and really build this connection, right? And a lot of times this happens when people get to lower points in their life. And I told you guys even before this, don't wait until life gets to that point to really start realizing how precious time really is, how valuable that we really are, how much noise that we can go out and create and the impact that we can leave. So as we go ahead and wrap it up today, we don't feel obligated. We get to right back at you. Everybody in here is a warrior. Everybody in here is a champion. Sometimes we just need to be reminded of that. And the last piece that he talked about for this training was this. This is such a powerful sentence. Check this out. Ready? He said, some of us are convinced that because of the circumstances that we are falling behind. But sometimes getting ahead looks like we are falling behind because maturing sometimes feels like we are going backwards. Once matured, our fixing can make us unrecognizable to other people. Woo! Let that sink in. So what right now, it might feel like you're taking a couple of steps backwards. This is my favorite metaphor, and I wanted to leave this last but not least for today. I don't know how many of you guys have ever seen a bow and arrow, but I want everybody to grab like you have a bow right now. Everybody do this with me, okay? I want you to imagine you have this huge bow, this 6-foot bow in your hands for my archers in here, right? Let's see if you guys can hit the bullseye with me. Ready? I want you to grab your bow, okay? And I want you to take your arrow, whatever your most dominant hand is, grab that arrow in that hand and think about an arrow, right? If we were to launch this thing as far as we could let it go, what has to happen before it launches forwards? It has to be pulled back. You know what's funny? the farther it gets pulled back, what happens? The more tension it creates. And the more tension that creates, the farther, the more power, the more force that it has when you finally let it go. So I want you to, I got goosebumps right now with this download that I have. What do you have that's going on in your life that's creating tension? What anger, what jealousy? What do you have right now that you're holding on to that's creating so much tension that if we were to just let that go, how free does that feel metaphorically, even to just think about that? That's a bullseye. That is what we call letting go and hitting the bullseye with pinpoint accuracy right on the dot. So family, that's my training for everybody to go ahead and change the way we see things so the way that we see things can change. So family, if nobody told you that today, dreamers, if nobody has told you lately, let me be the first to tell you. I'm proud of you. I appreciate the time that you're taking for nobody else, but for yourself first, right? We have to be selfish before we can go out and be selfless, right? So keep going, keep creating the highest version of yourself because you're inspiring those that you don't even know. So dreamers, remember, we can be, do, and have anything we can hold in our mind. We can hold it right here in our hand. It is summer for separation. Let's go out and have a great, phenomenal rest of this week. Anything you need, we're here for you every step of the way. Dream team, let's go out and make it happen. It's game time. Let's go.